Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Let's wait for 2 to 3 minutes more while others are joining. Till then, drop your details in your WhatsApp group with your name, phone number, and your email address. Drop your details. It should be correct as it will show in your certificates. So please drop that according to that.
Recording in progress.
Okay, hi everyone. This is Abhishek Gar, SG2 from Sienna Corporations. So let's start this webinar. So before that, let me try to explain you what is this about. So in this particular webinar, we'll be going to explain you why are we using React.js in the industry. Instead, we have the topic of JavaScript. So I want to check your confirmance that I'm clearly audible to everyone or not. Please
Hello,
let me.
Abhishek. Good morning. I'll
Good
just
morning.
introduce StuIntern technology, then you can start with masterclass. Okay?
Okay then.
Yeah, sure. So good morning, everyone. Hope all are doing well. Let's start with our today's masterclass as we StuIntern Technology Private Limited. Okay, has a successful track record in the field of academia, research, training, recruitment, and job assistant. Since its inception in 2018, we also offer training internships for all the levels of professional world. It starts from plus two level to a seasoned professional. We in Stability Technology emphasize academic and research development as no civilization can survive without education and can't progress without research. So we work with each applicant to prepare them for employment ready. As Stability Technology bridges the gap between employer and employee via industry product specific selection and pre-employment training. Just for a quick look, I'm just sharing screen and I'll show you all the unique services which Truly family holds. Okay. Hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, it is.
So we have learning and teaching platform which is thrive.com. For internship training program, we have StuIntern.com. For build your professional resume, we have resumotion.com. And for job portal, we have navrojan.com. For education like searching colleges and universities, we have vidapun.com. For psychometric test, we have sudaksa.com. For research and development, we have anushram.com. So these are the all unique services which Truly family holds. So Abhishek sir, you can start from here. Over to you.
Okay, thank you. I am audible still.
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, guys. So let's start explaining. What's our topic for today? We'll be going to explain you why are we learning React.js over we have already JavaScript. Then why? What is the need of React? So in this particular session, we are going to learn about what is the particular need of React. Okay. So I am going to share my screen. Just a second, guys. Yeah. I hope it's visible to you all. Okay, great. So in this particular session, we are going to learn why React over JavaScript. So what is React? Let's start from basics, guys. What is React? So I hope you are aware with JavaScript or not. I think, just a second. Let me open the notes for a quick conversation. It is, it's here, it's here. So, yeah. So let's start with the introduction of React. React is a JavaScript library developed by Facebook for building user interfaces. It focuses on the view layer of web and mobile apps, allowing developers to create large applications that can update render efficiently in response to data changes. So, what is React? So, try to understand React in simple words. React is nothing but a library of JavaScript. I'm again saying that React is a library of JavaScript. It is not a framework. Now, sir, if React is a library, so is it really useful in the market? Yeah, because React provides you all of the functionalities which contains by a framework. React provides you all functionalities like that. Okay. So, sir, React created by Facebook. Still, all market is using it because React is really impactful. React provides you client-side routing. Now, so what is client-side routing? So, suppose let me try to explain the benefits of React first. Okay. So, suppose you are visiting a particular site, let's say let's say Wikipedia. Okay, so let's go over Wikipedia. Sir, this particular website contains different pages as commons, as wikivoyage, as wikibooks, as wikinews. So let's try to click over commons. As you can see that when we are redirecting from one page to another, the page gets reload. Let's get back to here. Let's try to do it again. Let's Wikiversity. As you can see, the page gets reloaded. So, sir, what's the issue when we are moving from one page to another? So, what's wrong in it? What's the main thing which is not good in it? So, suppose, guys, you are using a low internet bandwidth when you are searching, when you are surfing something over internet. You are using low internet bandwidth. You don't have a good internet connection. In that particular case, what will happen? Sometimes your internet speed may low, and sometimes it can be high. So in that particular case, when you are doing such, suppose this particular page will take n number of seconds to get rendered. Whereas in React, we have a functionality like, let's say, a site of React. I hope Stu Valley is a site of React. So, yeah, let's open. Okay, as you can see, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages at least here. So let's move from one page to another. As you can see, the page did not reload it. If you go over services, as you can see, page did not reload it. Even you can see here as well, the page did not get reloaded. As you can see, if you want to click over career, you can see the page did not get reloaded. So what is this? What's happening here when you are using React? When you are using React, so React provides you a functionality which is called client-side routing. So, sir, what is happening inside client-side routing? Whenever you rendered your application first time, suppose you visited Stu Valley first time, this particular render will render all the page over the application. Suppose we have home page, we have about us page, we have services page, we have blog page, we have career page, we have contact page. So when the first time user enters on their website, this particular React allows them to install to render all the page at the first time. So when you are moving from one page to another, suppose you are moving to here, suppose you are moving to here, suppose you are moving to here, and suppose you are moving to here. So it is just happening with the help of dynamic JavaScript. It is not taking any kind of internet again. So that's one of the best functionality which is provided by React, which is also called client-side routing. Okay, so I hope everyone is clear. If there's any doubt, then please raise your hand and let me know so that I can clarify. I hope everybody is clear. So let's move to the next thing. So in the next thing, we now let's try to learn about JavaScript because maybe there are some people who don't know even what is JavaScript. So JavaScript is a programming language. Now, so what is the use of programming language? Programming language is a kind of like, how can I tell you? Suppose you are creating a web application. You are creating a web application where you want to display yourself, where you want to display anything. Okay, so that particular application consists three parts. One is the structure, second is designing, and third is logic. Sir, now what is the difference between designing, structure, and logic? Okay, let's see. Suppose we go back to Stu Valley. So as we can see, guys, there something called header. It is section. It is something called table. It is a contact form. This is the called as a structure. That which component should be where. As you can see, this header should be at the top. This section should be at the after the header, and this footer should be at the end of the page, and here should be a navbar. Navbar should contain contact button, career button, blog button, service button, about us button, and home button. This thing is called structure. So it is just a part of HTML. If I remove the CSS, a site without HTML, a site only contains HTML will look like this. HTML, or you can say the structure that will look like this. But as we know, guys, we are in 2024 era, so we don't prefer our website should look like this or this because what we want, our design part attracts the user. So we implement CSS in it. Now, what is CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. Now, what is Cascading Style Sheets? Cascading Style Sheets responsible to implement the design part. As you can see, I'm hovering over it and the color gets changed. As you can see, I'm hovering over it and the color gets background color gets changing. Okay, so this part is called CSS. This is called designing part, and this is happening with the help of the CSS. Okay, so CSS is the cascading style sheets where we like to write the CSS part of a particular section or a particular page. Okay, so this was about CSS. Now the one of the main thing which is called JavaScript, which is really one of the most useful thing or the mostly asked topic in the interviews. Now, so what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language which is used to implement the logic in your website. Now, so what is logic? If I'm running over here, I did not find any kind of logic. So there's a logic. Now, what's the logic? Suppose this is a button. So this should be a clickable. This is a refined job filtering. It is nothing but a search box. So suppose if I search here, let's say search here, CSS or something else. Okay, let it be. I don't know why it's not working. It should work. Making JavaScript, press enter. Okay, it is not working. So instead of that, suppose check this form. You will place your name here. Suppose I place my name here. I'll place my email ID abc@example.com here. Okay. So and I can write something here that I want to join your development course. Okay. So when I click over this submit now button, this particular entry will be stored in the backend. Now, how it's working? We know, sir, how to create a contact form. We know, sir, how to style that contact form. But we still don't know how we can click over this button and this particular entry will be captured from here and will get stored in the backend. So this thing is called logical part, which is created with the help of JavaScript. So currently we are using, in this particular course, we'll be using JavaScript to implement the logic of a particular web page. It is not like C, but it is much similar to C or C++, which you have learned hopefully in your curriculum or somewhere else. Okay. So let's get back to here. Now the purpose. The presentation will explain why React is preferred over plain JavaScript for building modern web applications. So what is the purpose? Why are we using React instead of JavaScript? So it is not like that we have the client-side routing only in React. We have lots of things in React which helps our developer to implement a scalable application. That's why we use React. Okay, let's back to JavaScript. So JavaScript is a versatile programming language used in web development. It enables dynamic content such as interactive forms, animations, and real-time updates. Now, what is interactive forms? Interaction means wherever you are implementing any interaction. Suppose you have created a website which is created just using HTML and CSS. In that particular website, there will be an issue. When you click over this button, nothing will happen. But if you click over this button, as you can see, you are redirected to the another page where you can find the details related to that. Else, you can do one more thing. You click over this contact us, you re-render to the another page. It is not a functionality of JavaScript. It is a functionality of anchor tag HTML. But the main functionality of JavaScript, when we have any button, actually it is not a button, it is an hyperlink button. Okay, when we are using any form or we are using any kind of button other than this hyperlink button, like this button, as you can see. So this is a part of JavaScript that we have a button here. When we click over here, we are scrolled to top. This is a functionality of JavaScript to implement the interaction in your website. Interaction means the user or he or she who will join you as a traffic or as a user who wants to visit your website and see there are some buttons. When user is clicking over there, they will feel a interaction. Like if I click over this, if I click over this, so I'll be redirected to the same website again. So this was about the interaction. So a website which you are creating should have the interaction so that a user will be able to implement their operations which they want to perform. Okay. So that was the part of JavaScript. Let's move to the next thing. JavaScript can manipulate the DOM to update web pages without reloading. Now, this is the important thing. What is DOM? Sorry, guys. What is DOM? So, is there anybody who knows what is DOM? And please let me know if you are clear with it. If you are clear till now. Is there anybody who has any issues?
No,
Any
sir.
doubt?
No,
Okay,
sir.
great. Great. Let's move to the next thing. Where it is? It's here. Okay. So let's move to this thing again. So what is document object model? Is there anyone who knows what is document object model? If no, then please let me know. Then I can continue. Okay. There's a chat in the. Okay. Rajneesh, you know what is DOM? Do you know? If yes, then please turn on your mic and tell me. Okay. Let it be. So what is DOM? Let me search it over Google and will show you the diagram that will help you to clearly understand what is DOM. Actually, okay, DOM is something like this. Okay, DOM is nothing but a kind of tree structure. Guys, when you create an HTML structure web page, that particular web page contains multiple elements. How can I scroll it? Yeah. That particular web page contains different elements which are started from document, then the root element will be HTML. As you saw, as you have created any HTML structure, then you are already aware that HTML is a kind of language, is a kind of syntax which contains closing and opening tag. When you open a tag, you should also be close that tag particularly. So when in the particular HTML, we contains head tag contains title tag contains some text. Similarly, body tag contains anchor tag, and H1 tag, heading one tag, other. These are not nested inside, but these are corresponded each other. Okay. So this is a kind of structure which is called DOM, document object model. So basically, document object model is nothing but the writing way of an HTML into the structure form. Okay. So now what is the need of document object model? Is it really required? Yes. When you are implementing JavaScript over any element, suppose you are implementing JavaScript over this had this tag, what it is, this is an H1 tag. If you are implementing some JavaScript over this H1 tag, so it will be attached to this DOM, and over any update in the DOM that will re-render the whole DOM and will refresh the whole screen. So avoid this issue, we use React. This will be more clear once you are reading React. Okay. So just for now, just try to understand what is DOM. DOM is nothing but the tree structure of the whole document object. And that thing is called document object model. Okay, let's move to the next thing. After that, what is React? So just a second, guys. Yeah. React is a library for building user interfaces, particularly single page applications. It uses components. Okay, what is the mean of single page application? Let me try to explain this thing first. Single page application is nothing but when you implement a client side routing in your web application. So once you are navigating from one page to another, that will not take internet again. That will be done with the help of dynamic JavaScript that will not use any kind of internet bandwidth. Then that thing is called single page application, because you are not using any kind of internet when you are navigating from one page to another. So React provides you a single page application functionality, which is also called client side routing. It uses components which are self-contained modules that define a piece of the UI. This is one of the most important thing. What is component? Let me try to explain you here. Suppose, guys, as you can see, there is Abhishek, Stu Valley Technology, Arzu, Dell, Sita, Amit. So these are the cards. These are nothing but the cards. I hope you ever read it about in HTML. These are nothing but the cards. So instead, suppose we want Abhishek, and after that, some piece of code which we want to use again in another file. So what we will do? There's a particular suppose there's a particular piece of code of 10 lines which you can use in 2 or 3 files of HTML. So what you will do? You will copy the piece of code and paste wherever it is required. Okay, that works. That is not a big issue. But suppose that particular piece of code snippet contains any bug. Now, what is bug? Any issue inside it. Then, then you have to fix that particular issue or bug over these different files wherever you used it. But in React, you don't need to do like that. You can create a particular component. Suppose there's a piece of code, H1 hello world, which you want to use in the 10 or 20 files of your application. So you don't need to copy and paste it again and again. What you can do, you will create a component of that particular element of that particular piece of code snippet. You can create a component of it and use where you just need to import it and just need to call it. So you at the 10 or 20 or 30, wherever what is the number of files is, you will be using the single piece of code again and again. Instead of copying it, you will be just calling the same piece of code, just like functions. Okay, I hope you have an idea about functions. Just like as we have function in C, C++, or any programming language, instead of copying and pasting the same functions again and again, what we will do, we will create a function and we'll call it wherever it is required. So similarly, we will do here, we will create a function of that particular HTML and we will call wherever it is required. So this will allow us 2 or 3 things, which is helpful. One, your code reusability increased, that you are using a particular piece of code snippet again and again. Second, you don't need to write a lot of code for the single functionality. Third, if this particular component will contain any bug, so you don't need to fix it over the n number of files. You will go inside the component, you will fix there, and you will save the files, and you will see the response will automatically correct it wherever it is used, wherever it is called. So this is also a functionality of React, which is called components. React allows developer to create complex UI from a small and isolated piece of code called component. The same thing. We are using components to create however your UI is too complex, you will be using the same piece of code again and again. Just like this is a nav bar, as you can see, this particular nav bar will be fixed over the each pages. If I go inside the insert and will open something else, so still it will be fixed. So this thing is a fixed component which we used here. We are not rendering it as without any kind of requirement. Let's moving to the advantages of React or virtual DOM. React uses a virtual DOM. Okay, now what is virtual DOM? And what is the benefit of virtual DOM? So I hope guys you already heard about React is so fast as compared to JavaScript. What is the reason? So guys, suppose we are using this particular application in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and I am going. Suppose I'm going here, and okay, I'm going here, and I'm increasing the zoom size. Let's say I increased it to 125%. Okay, so in this particular piece, what will happen? This zoom size will be increased. So for increasing this zoom size, if we have created a particular application in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, the particular page, the particular DOM tree behind this page will get re-rendered, whole of the DOM tree. So that is a slow process in comparison to React. Now, what React will do? React will, if we do the same in React, so what will happen? React uses a virtual DOM. React has 2 DOMs. One is real DOM, and second is virtual DOM, which is a lightweight copy of the actual DOM. So virtual DOM is a lightweight copy of a real DOM. So whenever you updates anything in the page, you make any kind of interaction in the page, React do not re-renders the whole page. It goes to the component where it is updated, and it updates the only that particular piece of code snippet which is updated. And after that, when the virtual DOM is updated, it will sync the real DOM as well. So it will be the faster way and efficient way, because our real DOM is also getting update, but our screen is working over the virtual DOM, not on over the real DOM. So that is the one of the best benefit of React, that it is much faster than HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's move to this thing as well. Yep. Advantages of React component-based architecture. React allows developer to build encapsulated components that manage their own states. So what is encapsulation? I hope guys you have an idea about object-oriented programming structure. But if not, then I will explain here. So components can be used to make UI, make complex UIs, and reusability I already explained you. Now, what is encapsulation? Encapsulation means the particular piece of code snippet uh, or the states which we use in React should be inside them, should be inside the component. They will not be called after like any kind of header state or variable cannot be called inside the app. So this thing is called encapsulation, that data privacy is so high, data security is so high. So that is the really helpful thing. Now let's move to advantages of React JSX. Now what is JSX? JSX is nothing but the way to write HTML inside the React. Okay, so I think we have done a lot. Let's try to go over the coding part. And that will help you to learn a lot. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. So let me create a new folder. So let's create a new folder. Stu Valley webinar. So there's a command to install React, which is npx create React app. Create React app and the name of the file, name of the folder which you want to create. So let's create a test. Let's create a test directory. Okay, it will take 1 or 2 minutes, totally depending over the internet bandwidth you have, and will totally depending over the architecture of machine you have. It will take 1 minute by max. So it is creating a test repo. Tell guys if you have any doubt for now, then please ask me so that I can clear. Okay, so our test is created. Now we have to move inside the test. Now we are inside the test. We have to start the application first. npm start will be the command to start your application. You will be able to see the output. So this is the boilerplate code of HTML. Now try to explain what is the use of component first. That is the most useful thing. So for that, I'm removing all the things from you. Okay, so so let's try to explain first how the React works. So if you go inside index.js, okay, let's try to explain the project repo first. So there are two types of repo. First is public and second is SRC, where SRC stands for source. So public contains an index.html file. What is this index.html file? Sir, this is the file where we render our JavaScript. Okay, so as you can see there's we have a root div id root. Okay, and we have no JavaScript, no CSS, nothing in this particular file. Now we'll move to index.json, which is inside the source directory. So if you go here, you will see that you located that root which was inside the index.html by using document.getElement by id root, and you created a root over this particular div. So on that particular div, we are rendering all the things which are here. So instead of that, if we want to render like any HTML tag, so we can do as well. Suppose let's do hello Stu Valley. And we just need to save it. When we save it, as you can see, hello Stu Valley is there. Suppose if we want to make some change, like hello Stu Valley uh, students, so this will be also displayed. Okay, so what the thing is happening here, or anything which we are calling inside this render function will be automatically rendering over this page. So, sir, what is this app.js? Let's try to explain first what is this app.js. Is there any doubt, guys? I hope it is clear to everyone. Or if someone have any doubt, then please let me know.
Sir, clear, sir. No doubt, sir.
Great. So let's move inside the app.js. If you are here, you can see that app.js is nothing but a function of JavaScript. As you can see, function app, which is returning HTML. So the function which is returning HTML is called component. This particular function returns HTML, and if you go here back, so it is nothing but we called that function. We imported that function from the JavaScript file. We called that function, but just it is the another way to call a function. Also, you can do this thing as well to call a function, but it will not work for here. It will work for here. Okay, as you can see, now it is working. Okay, so this is nothing but the HTML way to call a function. Okay, so if you go back here, you will try to render something H1. Let's render something Stu Valley technology. Let's say, and let's save it. As you can see, Stu Valley technology is here. Okay, is there any doubt? Is the class for months tech? Exactly, Amit. This will be the class for months tech. So, so let's go back to here. So what the thing is happening here? We are returning a particular HTML wherever it is required. So it is app.js is also nothing but a component. So let's try to explain the what is the main use of component. Okay, let's see. Let's create a directory here called components. Directory is nothing but a folder. Inside components, we'll create a new file called let's say test.jsx. This particular file will what do? This file will do. This file uh, will be h1 hello world. Okay, h2 hello world, h2 hello world. Okay, so now how this file will be helpful for us to writing the logic. Let's see. So as you can see, currently we don't have anything over the screen because we have not called this file over anywhere. We just need to call this file. So for that, what we'll do? We'll go inside the app one, we'll import that file, import test, and we will call this file again. So if you go here and you will call that file, you will be able to see the output over the screen. As you can see, hello world is there. Now, what is the main use of this file? Suppose, sir, you want to use this particular component 30 times in your file or 3 times in your file. So if you are using this particular piece of code, you need to write h2 3 times. But now what are we doing? We are just calling the component 3 times. So, sir, still the h2 is of one line and test is of one line. So what is the benefit here? The core benefit is here. Suppose this test file contains 10 or 20 lines and you want to use it 3 or 4 times. So what you will do, you will copy those 20 or 30 lines till 4 or 5 times as per the number of required. But now what are we using? We are not using, suppose this particular piece contains 10 lines. Let's do the same.
Thank you.
Okay, just let me change it. Okay. Okay. Okay, this will be helpful. Now, as you can see, this particular 3 lines, we use 3 lines. Who is speaking over the? Amit, can you please? Okay, let me do it. Yeah. Yeah. So what is happening? We use these three lines over just three lines. But instead, if we are not using component, we have to copy these three lines to the three times. So this will be the 9 lines of code. Now this is completed over just three lines. So that is the one of the most useful benefit of the test. Also, we will use one more thing. We can use test file here as well. We can use test file, here as well. If we want to implement the test here, it is test. So we can do as well. So that's the one of the most useful benefit. As you can see, that test is here. Okay, one more doubt you have, guys, that why these words are coming, these texts are coming in the middle of the page, and why these text is coming in the left side of the web page. It is because we have applied a CSS over this app.js, but we have not applied any CSS over the index.js file. So that's the main issue behind that. So I hope it is clear, guys. Or is there anybody who has any issue? How many classes completed? I think this will be a new batch. So is there anybody who has any issue?
So, sir, excuse me.
Mhm,
We will work on in only source directly index.js. Sorry,
mhm,
index.html.
mhm, mhm.
So we will not work on in public directly like index.js or HTML.
No, will not work over the public directory. There's a main reason behind that we are using a functionality of React. And in public directory, will not be able to use any kind of functionality of React. And the second thing is, if we implement anything in the public directory, so that will again a native application called which is a tag of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which will not provide us any benefit of React, like states, like props, like components, like state, like hooks. Will not be able to use any kind of benefit of state, any kind of benefit of React there. So will not be writing any kind of code in the public file.
Means we will work only in source directly.
Sorry. Yeah, we'll work
We
over the
will,
source directory basically. We'll work
that's
over here. Yep. Okay, great. Let's move to the uh, okay. So what is the advantages of JSX? Okay, JSX. Let me try to explain. JSX is nothing but to write the HTML inside a React function is called JSX. This is the way. Okay, so one more benefit if we have in React JSX. What it is, let me show you. Suppose, guys, we have a variable here, const data is equals to uh, let's say stu value. Okay. Now I want to display that in three heading tags, this stu value should be displayed. But if I'm using native HTML, CSS, JavaScript application, so we cannot do that because if we want to do that, then what we have to do, we have to first document.get element by ID that we will update the inner HTML from there. But now we don't need to write a lot of code for that. We just go here, we will write curly braces and we will write data, the name of variable. Similarly, we'll do here. This will be automatically displayed over the screen. So this is nothing but the way to write. This is nothing but the way to write JavaScript under the HTML tag. So if you go here and you will see the output over here. So you can see Stuvel is printed over everywhere. So that is the another benefit of JSX. I hope it's clear, guys. Let's move to the next thing. Performance benefits. So I already explained you this thing, but let me try to explain this thing again. React provides you a functionality of virtual DOM. Now, what is virtual DOM? Virtual DOM is again that the thing which is rendered very efficiently and very fastly instead of real DOM. So that's the functionality of virtual DOM we have. Also, we have the functionality of React updates only the part of the DOM, which I already explained you in virtual DOM. It will update the only component which is required to update. Instead of updating the whole DOM tree, it will update the only required DOM part. Okay. Also, performance improvement leads to a better user experience. Of course, guys. Now, what is performance leads? Suppose you are working over a site, suppose www.example.com. and you pressed enter for some particular reason, and you see that your output is still not there. You won't see any kind of activity over there till 2 minutes, till 1 minute, till 10 seconds, till 20 seconds. So that would affect your user experience. That would affect that, yeah, this site is taking too much time to having this small functionality. And what you want to create a more efficient site which will which will interactive over a click over time. So it will not, it should not take a lot of time to react over that. Yep. So that is the one of the most important things when we are building our user experience. Now, what is React developer tools? Now we have lots of React developer tools to debug the application, to check the states, which state are called where, and to check the hierarchy of the application, that which component is called inside where. That we have a basic tool in React, which is called React Dev Tools, which you can find over the Chrome as well. But that is not required for the beginning class, because that will be too complex for you for now. React ecosystem, that is one of the most important things. React ecosystem. React is a library which provides you a lot of things. Now, what is the mean of lot of things? Suppose you are using an ecosystem of React. So we have Redux to manage the states. We have React Router to implement the client-side routing. We have Next.js, which is a complete framework of React, which provides you a functionality of directory-based routing, which provides you a functionality of server-side rendering, which is more efficient in comparison to React and will provide you the SEO-friendly application. So these are the one of the most important things. Okay, this thing explained here as well. These tools help in state management, routing, and server-side rendering. Exactly. This is for state management. This is for routing. These both things can be used in React as well. And Next.js is a different framework. It is not an ecosystem. It is but a different framework which is used to implement the server-side rendering and the directory-based routing and the SEO to build a SEO-friendly application. Community and support. So, guys, as we know that React is a fast-growing technology over the market. So we have lots of developer of React. So if you want any kind of support in React, so you'll be able to find over the internet or over your colleagues as well, because they are also good in React, because React is the most demanding technology in this market now. So React is a good community. And of course, if you want to troubleshoot React, so you'll be able to go Chat GPT. You can check Stack Overflow. You can check GitHub. You can check other platforms like Bitbucket and all. Conclusion. So we have lots of benefits of React, that it provides virtual DOM that makes an application too much faster and efficient. It has a strong community. We have lots of developer in React who will be able to help you. Easy to learn and implement. It is not a hard technology, I think. It is very easy to learn if you really want to learn. It's efficient in mobile app development. Also, React provides you one more thing, which is called React Native. React Native is a technology which is used to implement the cross-platform application, which is also be working over your mobile, which is also working over your Windows laptop, over your Mac OS as well. Okay, cross-platform say cross-platform JavaScript library, which allows you to create multiple application, which is not depending over the particular machine. Handy and supportive toolset. So it's not a highly weighted application. It's a light weighted application as well. So in finally, thank you for joining the session, guys. If you have any doubt related to the session, you are allowed to ask me. You are freely to ask. Please let me know if you have any doubt in the chat, so
Hello,
you can
sir.
turn on your microphone.
Hello, sir.
Yep.
So we will start with JavaScript. We will directly jump to React.
In the section, okay, you are talking about the course, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we will start from the basics, from the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as well. So you don't need to worry about that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, classes timing will be same or
I don't have any idea. This will be confirmed once your batch is scheduled.
oh,
Any another doubt?
no, sir.
Okay, guys, please take over the session.
Yes, thank you, Abhishek, for the
Yep.
wonderful master class. Like, who have doubts regarding the class? This was only the master class. Like, who want to join the course, you can just drop your details in the WhatsApp group. Our team will reply to that. Okay, please, it's a request to like drop your feedback in the Zoom chat box so that we can consider like it was the like masterclass was the wonderful. Everyone, please drop your feedback about the masterclass in the Zoom chat box.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, Amit, for such like wonderful feedback. What about others?